Hey guys, this is Response doing another video. Today we're going to be talking about transitioning builds due to scouting. First, we're going to talk about adjusting aggression according to your opponent. We're going to be talking about using your scouting information to determine your builds. And finally, we will be focusing on denying your opponent's scouting so he doesn't know exactly what you're doing, and you can keep him on his toes, because if he knows what you're doing, he can respond to it a lot easier than if you keep him in the dark. Alright, so we got a replay here. It's a Protoss versus Zerg against, his name is Every Time, I guess. Go to my view only again. And again, this is a shorter game, but it definitely has a lot of important aspects that I can talk about in this replay. Okay, so yep, just at the beginning here, just building probes. Gonna be building my wall at my ramp. I've actually, since this replay was done, it was only just a couple days ago, maybe 2 days ago when I made it. I've actually changed my building placement. I actually prefer to build my pylon back farther and then build a gate and a cybernetics core to wall. That just helps against baneling busts a little better than this wall does, where it's easier to snipe your pylon, because if you build a wall this way, you have to build an extra pylon behind, then they can snipe the pylon and run in anyway. So yeah, that's one little adjustment I'd make compared to what I did in this game. So you see, I don't scout on my pylon because I'm going to be doing one base against Zerg, so I can just do a gateway right away. Or do gateway and then scout right after that, I believe. Or maybe not. I'm not sure why I'm not scouting there. I should be scouting on my gateway, but I guess I knew he was Zerg, and I know it's a 2-player map. So I already know where he's at. So the only thing I need to worry about is if he's getting, how early he's getting his Zerglings. But still, it's good to get it's good to scout on your at the latest your gateway, just because you want to know if he's going 6 pool or not. You notice I'm consistently always chrono boosting that Nexus. That gives you that early lead and probes that you really need. And here comes my scout now. Build my second pylon. This is all just very standard stuff. My second pylon's a little late. Should have built it a little earlier, but it will allow me to build my cybernetics core right away. And again, like I was saying, instead of this build order, or instead of this build placement, I prefer the pylon here, gateway, cybernetics core, leaving one space open. That's a lot better, in my opinion. So yeah, after my cybernetics core, I just start my simulator. And now let's see what I scouted. I do see he's thrown up his expo. Let's rewind it just a little bit. Alright. We'll follow this probe.
You must construct additional pylons. Base is under attack.
Yeah, I do see that he does expo here, and I see that the expo is only about half done or so, because you see me right away looking at it. It's not even half done, sorry, it's only just started. So I know he's built his spawning pool first, so that's pretty obvious that he has. And his spawning pool is already done, and he has a gas. So this could be a couple different things. Seeing this, it means he could be going early layer upgrade. He could be right after his queen, I should say, getting a layer. He could be going early speedling upgrade, or he could be going roaches. Any of those three are his main options. He could also do like a baneling bust or something. But when against a one base player like I am most of the time, I do fast expand sometimes against Zerg. But against the one base player in general, baneling bust isn't really that strong of an option, nor is roach, early roaches. So both of those options are probably not as likely, though the roach is a little more likely than the baneling bust. So I can pretty much, except for a small percentage of the time, narrow his builds down to 2 once he scouts me, either speedlings defending into layer or fast layer into hydralisks, to kill any tech that I have. But those are the 2 main options he has. I'm still going to try to keep this probe alive, move it around. I'm just, I know he's expoed and stuff, so that definitely helps me out. I do see 4 Zerglings pop, but you notice that I do see, with my probe there, I saw that two of his two of his larvae weren't building anything, if he was going to go to some type of Zerglings build, like a mass Zergling build, all of his larvae would be constantly being used for Zerglings. There would be no reason for him to have free larvae like that. The only reason he has free larvae like that, and I know this, it's just really obvious, is he's building these 4 Zerglings to kill my scout, deny my scouting, and then he's just going to start mass droning. It's a very, very standard, obvious thing that he's doing right now. He's not going roaches because I haven't seen a roach warren yet. And there's his queen now. I'm just assuming that he's going mass drone at this point. There's no reason for me not to assume that, because he does see my really early tech. He's probably thinking that he doesn't have to worry about any early aggression. So he's just getting those 4 Zerglings out to deny scouting, and then after that he's just going to start power droning. Knowing this, knowing that that's his thinking, and being aware that that's probably what he's planning on, I'm just going to deny his scouting, kill his overlord, and then right after that I'm going to just move out and put on this early aggression with this 1 stalker, 1 zealot, and 1 sentry. This is a very strong early aggression build. Oh, and one thing to note, I do send out a probe earlier, right before I move out, because I want to scout for sure that he doesn't have some type of cheesy mass Zergling. So I send out my probe first to see if I see any Zerglings. I don't see any, and I also send my probe out. This is another way to deny scouting. I send my probe out first to see if I see any overlords or any scouting units. If I do, I'll move my units out, kill it, and then pretend like I'm moving back. And then once I know he has no more vision of that, I'll move forward again. Or if I see an overlord, I'll just take the long route and go the long way to be able to still put on this aggression, but make him totally unaware of it. Like at this point, I don't think he has any idea that I'm doing this early attack, because I have this probe out in front. So this sending out this probe first before you attack is huge, huge, huge. Gives you so much more advantage. So yeah, moving my probe in, gonna see what he has here. See what he has. I see drones popping and I only see 4 Zerglings. I see speed, so that worries me a little bit, but I only see 4 Zerglings, so I know I can put some pressure on here. He's throwing down a spine crawler, so I know he must not have built very much early units at all. He's probably just been mass droning. There's nothing attacking me right now. He just was completely going drones, and there's a force field on the ramp to deny any reinforcements of this queen or anything. And I do target the spine crawler, and now he's just in a world of hurt right now. There's nothing you can really do, because he was just planning on going for a mass macro style, and I just did this early pressure and completely threw him off here. Again, along with that early overlord snipe, he just did not have anything to kill it. Let's check what he was doing. Yep, and he already did have his lair up, so it was obvious he was either going to be going Mutalist or Hydralist, and I just completely threw him off by doing that early attack. And you can see how easy it is just to just by that early scouting information, just that deductive reasoning of, okay, he can't be going mass Zergling because he would have continuously used his larva. He's not going roach because I don't see any roach warren. So that narrows his options down to basically just going layer tech, either Hydralisk or Spire. I guess I wasn't even thinking, but he also could go Mutalisk, and just drone whoring. And since he did that, I just took advantage of that very easily. Alright, I hope I helped you guys out in the Protoss vs Zerg matchup. I hope it gives you a little bit more understanding of the really what you can do with just a few